Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to
Well,
free your
g'day.
soul?
Welcome
Floating on the
to
ocean,
Helping
just the
Hands
notion
for
that seems out of reach.
Cruising session. This is an extraordinary session because we've got Dani here with Mum Katie, and we've also got Dewey, Michael Ann, and Shaz from the cruising scene here to talk to Dani about her syndrome so we can learn more about it and help raise some funds for it. So, Dani, tell us what's the name of the syndrome?
Costello syndrome.
Mm-hmm. And how does it present? What does it do?
Well, I'll take that one because there's a lot of things involved in Costello syndrome. Well, first of all, it's a very rare syndrome, so there's only that we know of maybe 500 plus in the world that have been diagnosed with it. So when she was diagnosed at 4, it was really just a visual thing, and there weren't too many at that time that were diagnosed in the world, and just happened to be in a conference that had doctors that could recognize just the visual signs, just the physical appearance. And then later on, they did develop a test for it. So now they can test, and they've gotten it all around to a lot of geneticists all over the world because we are obviously international. It's all over the world. And so it's become a little more well known now. And we don't really know how many have it, but that's somewhere in there, the 500, 600 range. So it initially presents where when in pregnancy, there's a lot of extra amniotic fluid. That's one sign, possibly because the baby in utero is not drinking. And then proportions are a little off, but when they're born, they are unable to really suck and really drink. So that's a big struggle for almost all of them. And eventually, a lot of them do end up eating with therapies and, just consistently trying to get them to eat food. But, gagging is a big thing here. So it's difficult for them to keep the food down. If you're trying to get it in their mouth, they gag very easily. Vomiting, a lot of them end up having G tubes, which are feeding tubes that go into their stomach, and liquid nutrition is sent through the tube that goes into their stomachs. So I would say almost all start out that way. And then they eventually, the gagging starts to reduce. Her gagging started to reduce, but she never really, there's a few out there that still have tubes. Danielle has one, but she can drink. So she'll drink formula for the most part. And then she has these things that she likes to eat, like potato chips and stuff, like certain little foods that she's willing to eat or she wants to eat. It's just difficult for her to chew. And so there's a lot of like excess gum in the mouth, and her alignment in her mouth is not quite right. So it's difficult for her to chew, but that's not always the case. But most do end up being able to eat. And then when they do eat, they like to eat a lot. So a lot of them don't have that issue, but there's a lot of heart issues involved, cardiomyopathy, increased incidence of childhood cancers, mostly like rhabdomyosarcomas and stuff like that. And a lot of orthopedic issues. She's had both of her feet had surgery for Achilles tendons needed to be lengthened, and some other stuff done in her foot to bring down the high arches and stuff like that. Just like a lot of orthopedic issues, a lot of eye issues. It just hits almost everything. But every Costello person is different, so they're all affected in different ways. She's fairly mild. Her feeding was her biggest issue. Intelligence wise, varies really. She's done very well. She did very well in school. She was able to, graduate and did very well in school. She can write and she can talk. A lot of kids cannot, like, even write sentences. So she's done very well. So and she's really interested in just getting out the word about Costello syndrome, just so that people are aware of it.
Yep.
And it starts to spread so people know what it is.
Katie, may I ask a question? Is it a genetic thing that is passed
I was
down?
going to ask that question.
No, actually, no, it's a good question. It's actually it's not unless you have Costello syndrome as a parent, you're not going to pass it down. It's like a sporadic mutation. There's a deletion in a gene. So it's just they're trying to research to figure out what the commonality is amongst them. They had talked about like advanced paternal age, things like that, but it's not anything unless you have the syndrome yourself, you're not going to pass it down.
I have
But
a
it is
question. Was she
rare.
born premature?
No, she was actually pretty full term.
Mhm.
She was 9 pounds 6 ounces when she was born.
Oh, wow.
So she was
Wow,
big.
that's
Oh, it's a big bounce.
And I
That's
think-
bigger than I was.
Well, actually, my other son, he was 9'7", so I had big babies. But I think a lot of it is probably because she had a lot of fluid in her body, and I think that probably caused her to, she looked like the little Michelin man when she came out, with the little rolls.
On the rolls, sausages.
Yeah.
How old are you now, Dani?
28.
Okay. Is it a decent life expectancy for most
Yeah,
people that
Yeah, their life expectancy can be fairly normal. And like I said, it's like anybody else. If you have a heart issue or if you have cancer or if you have something that physically but otherwise, yes. I mean, they could have a normal.
right.
lifespan.
Anybody could have a heart issue or cancer at any age. Yeah. So, when you talked about her school and how well she did in school, she's extremely intelligent and quick. I have learned that from YouTube, how I can't keep up the way Dani keeps it. Well, I can't keep it like that anyway, but
She has her
she is
strengths, for sure.
she's on the ball. I mean, just
Yeah, with technology, she's very good with technology. Probably
well,
better than me, but-
technology and as far as trivia and stuff like that. I mean, she was on tonight. You were on SCT tonight answering those answers on SCT. Yeah.
Oh, is Elf? That's funny.
It was the movie Elf.
I reckon Dani has got computer stuff right in the middle of her wrist here that she just talking to the wrist.
Yeah, I think she's been looking them up, looking up the answers.
Yeah, but it's too quick. Yeah.
You know what, Dani? You are one special young lady, and as a charity, we are more than happy to support you. I've got actually Alana wants to say something to you particularly.
Well, first of all, we appreciate you telling us about Costello syndrome, and if there is any way that we can help raise funds, let us know. I know that at your end, Dani, I've seen on Facebook that you get together with other Costello syndrome people. So there's obviously a big support group there as well. Or there is a big support group there, which is great. Now, we do have a little admission here that in some ways we have you here slightly, not under false pretenses, but we do want to meet you and say hi to you and chat with you face to face in person. But we're also really thrilled because every year, well, this is only our second year now. So, I'm telling you, every year, this is our second year now. We present an award to someone special who has helping hands for cruising go over and above the norm. Now, Dani, your support has been incredible. You are in all the live streams, just helping out, links, everything, supporting the cruisathons. You are an absolute machine with the cruisathons. I don't even know when you get time to sleep, but you seem to just be everywhere in everybody's, no question about it. So we are thrilled. I don't know if you're aware of Papamozo. Have you heard of Papamozo, Dani? Yep. Well, we created an award last year, which was our inaugural award, to honour people who act in the spirit of Papamozo. And we got together, put our heads together and decided that, Dani, you are this year's recipient of the Helping Hands for Cruisers Papamozo Award. So
Congratulations,
we
Dani.
present you with a certificate, and by the way, it's actually in the mail right now, coming to you. Now, because it's coming a very long way from down under, it will get to you. Don't know when, but it should be there hopefully within the next week or two. And I'll read it to you. Papamozo Award. In recognition of going above and beyond in selfless giving to an individual or community. And you have certainly done that to the community, whether it's Helping Hands for Cruising, but everybody, I think, here can vouch that you have really been a huge part of the community. And it's to you, Danielle. Now, forgive me, your surname, Slawitschek?
Slawitschek, yep.
2023.
Close, yeah.
The Papamozo Award aims to recognise those who act in the spirit of Allen Elsworth, AKA Papamozo, during his life of service. Helping Hands for Cruising thanks you for your contribution. Dani, you are a special lady, and we thank you, and we are truly appreciative of all the support that you have given Helping Hands for Cruising. Ms. Guerrero, yay!
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Dani.
Congratulations.
Sorry, I had to be sneaky. Sorry, I had to be sneaky and talk to your mom behind the scene to get this all set up.
Yeah, we set this up.
We are thrilled.
But we want to hear more about Costello.
We do,
too.
yes. So yes, absolutely.
So how do you feel, Dani?
Good.
Good.
Great.
Did you expect it?
Nope.
So it's important that we thank people for things that they've done, and we are. I know whenever I'm on a live, you're there. I just have to say, does anybody know? And Dani's already got it out there. So I'm really appreciative, and we're going to have to shut this down fairly soon because we'll be on our live stream in 45 minutes. No, this will not be on our live stream. It's too much for me to set up, but it will go onto the Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube channel, and feel free to knock it about, whatever. But more importantly, please do us a favor, give us a contact where we can organize to get some funds out to the Costello syndrome.
I think you gave the link last week. You dropped, I think, the link into our
I think
live.
and on the 31st.
Yeah, but there's probably a link that you can just send them to the website to donate.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
We'll put that in Helping Hands as well. Yeah.
And we will also make mention of it when we have our cruisathon, which will be in February. The cruisathon, as you know, Dani, we're going to try and raise some more funds for HH4C, but at the same time, we'll see if we can double that up and get some funds in there for Costello.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome.
All right. I'm going to kill this recording right now, but congratulations.
Congratulations, Dani. And thank you so much.
Congrats, Dani.